Mabu, hi everybody. How are you doing today? We are excited, obviously still excited, um, over the incredible win for Alex. Just checking that we're live. I'm not sure we are. Da 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 da. Anybody? Pop in the comments if you can see that we're live because I don't think we are. Da, 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 da. Yes, we are.
We are. We like playing that game, Katie, don't we?
Yes, we do. We always like playing that. You never get anything very highly technical from us, you know that. So here we are.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you ever so much for all your birthday wishes yesterday. Yes, I'm now
Oh,
officially a year older. But as I said to someone yesterday, I'm just 34 years wiser than Alex.
oh, I don't know. Oh, bless. Ooh,
I've had
that's a tough
34 years
call.
more on the planet.
More on the planet,
Yeah.
yes. So we just wanted to come on quickly today to give you an update. We're on our way to Jolly Bees this afternoon. We're very excited about that. We will go live from there and um, we will do a taste test. Very exciting of all the spaghetti and the joy chicken joy. And hello, Mr. Rainier Poe. Hello, Music Rambling. So good to see you. And we've been asked specifically to do a talk through Alex's journey through the Toronto draw. And so over to you, Daniel.
Yes, Toronto's better for everyone in the Philippines in terms of timings. Alex's first match tonight. As far as we're concerned, we're up in the night now, but it's looking
Team
like
Puyot.
mornings for those in the Philippines. So Alex is going to come onto court after Leila Fernandez. So they're the two matches on the evening session on the centre court. Leila Fernandez plays Renata Zarazua from midnight UK time, 7 p.m. in Toronto, so 7 a.m. And then Alex follows against Alicia Parks when that match finishes. So, approximately, if Fernandez wins that in straight sets, which is possible, 8:30 in the morning towards 9 o'clock. But we will come on about 1 a.m. where we are in London. So, that timings that will follow for the next few days, I suspect. So, in terms of Alex's pathway, we have to be confident. She's in great form. This is the best form she's shown this year coming from Washington. She has won 5 matches in Washington, and this would be her 6th consecutive match win, which she did achieve actually when she went from Birmingham to London on the grass. She won 5 matches in Birmingham, and then she did beat Shuai Zhang first match in London. So she did have a run of 6 wins. Only what's that, about 7-8 weeks ago. So we've got to be confident. We've got to consider Alicia Parks as a player Alex can and should beat now. She's a very strong favourite, and I explained all the reasons why in yesterday's video that Katie shared. But in terms of pathway, basically, it's a bit of fun. You can play the game. If you've got the draw, you'll see Alex is in the top little section of the bottom half. And the difficulty with this event in particular is a lot of the players are coming back after a big rest since Wimbledon. Obviously, the players who had a week on hard courts in Washington have a slight potential advantage, and that's going to be key for me in the big matchup. We have to consider the possibility that second matchup for Alex will be Linda Noskova. She plays Katie McNally about an hour earlier tonight. And that isn't a given, actually. If Noskova isn't sort of on it, Katie McNally is a difficult opponent. She can certainly cause trouble. She has won sets off high-ranked players before. So we have to believe Noskova. The form from her Wimbledon win will still be in her sort of racket arm, and her confidence will be high. So we have to believe that Noskova will get through. and then that's a massive showdown in round 3 for Alex. Linda Noskova, having played twice, Alex having played her twice before, has come unstuck and has been, if you're being brutally honest, well beaten. But this is now several months on again, and Alex is improving at a rate of knots. As she said in her most recent interview, she's already done an interview in Toronto, and
I
she
bet she's done a
used
few.
the phrase "trust with my life." That was the word she
Didn't
used
she? Wasn't that
to
heartening?
explain the relationship with her and Joanne Bosch and her team.
You could see that at the end with the big win in Washington, couldn't you? They didn't just have a hug. They kind of clung on to each other for that private moment when they knew the globe was watching, but it was just like, let's enjoy this moment together, like when nobody else can see our faces. I just thought that was so, well, I cried, didn't I?
So what will be really interesting and intriguing to everyone, to us and to all of you, is what has Joanne Bosch come up with in terms
Mm.
of how Alex approaches that matchup with Linda Noskova? And so for me, that's a great watch. That from a tennis person, someone who knows the game, has spent a life studying the game. For me, that's going to be fascinating just to see how Alex approaches the tactics and how she plays Linda Noskova for a third time this season. She will have to try and do slightly different things for me, and that's going to be fascinating to see what her team sort of direct her and advise her to do. Now, we can play the game, and Alex is certainly not going to win every match she plays from now till the end of her career. We all understand that.
That would be a thing.
Um, but I think the way I would phrase it after that matchup is whoever wins, who are they likely to play? So they're in the section. The highest seed after that is Belinda Bencic. She's not a given to get through her section. Townsend is a big server, and Booskova's always a hard, tricky player to get through. On paper, Bencic should get through. She's the most likely, but I wouldn't be surprised if Townsend doesn't cause a few surprises. Interesting, Townsend is one of the best doubles players in the world, but she's not playing doubles this event. Siniakova has usually plays with Townsend, the best doubles pair in the world. They've actually played Alex, haven't they, in doubles this year? But Townsend is not playing doubles for whatever reason, but she's concentrating on the singles. So yes, Bencic should be the awaiting the winner of Linda Noskova and Alex, but it could well be Townsend. I'm just throwing that name up in there. And then beyond that, you're into the quarterfinals, and Coco Gauff, Iva Jovic are the highest two seeds, and they potentially would have to determine who gets through to the quarterfinals to play the person from Alex's section, which it's going to be Alex or Linda Noskova, isn't it? That's such a key battle. So I suspect Coco Gauff will make it through. To be honest, I don't see her. If she's improving, she will have been working on her game. Her serve and her forehand hasn't been reliable, has it? But she did get to the semi-finals of Wimbledon, so I believe Coco Gauff will probably get through, and it won't be Iva Jovic, but Iva Jovic could easily get through as well.
So they're talking on the chat about the doubles as well, and a few people saying, yeah, McNally has certainly got a chance against Noskova. So do you want to talk about the doubles, honey?
We'll just finish off the singles, just
Oh, the
to
Siniakova retiring in her
yeah
first match.
finish the pathway. So you're now Goff Jovic in the quarterfinals, and then it would be a semi-final, and you have to think it's going to be between Andreeva, Osaka, and Rybakina. I mentioned Osaka; she wasn't in the same form that I saw her in the French Open and Wimbledon in terms of her match with Alex. We can just say that was all down to Alex in Washington. It doesn't really matter. Osaka, I don't believe will get past Andreeva and Rybakina this week. I don't think she'll get to the final like she did last year. So I think it's going to be very much between Rybakina and Andreeva for the semi-final. And so that would be the pathway, the route to the final, potentially. You have to remember we're back on this hard court surface. Sabalenka has now played. She's in the opposite half. She's now won 13 matches. It kind of, you reminded, okay, how well they were playing on hard before the clay and the grass. And Sabalenka has now won 13 matches on hard court. It's going to take a really impressive performance in the top half to stop Sabalenka getting to the final. And so that's the other sort of story for me is, does Sabalenka and Rybakina return? Do they both return to the form they were in the early part of the season? So that's the singles draw. It's going to be fascinating, but fingers crossed for Alex tonight. And I would really hope, much as Katie McNally would potentially do Alex a favour, I'm really looking forward to Friday night, Saturday morning in the Philippines, the potential third, the three-peat, the matchup with Linda Noskova. Both of them, their last event, they won. Noskova won Wimbledon, the W there, and Alex won Washington, another W, in two different ways, isn't it? The W short for the win, the tournament win, and the W in terms of the event. So that's going to be great. So we're going to look at the doubles. That was a late announcement yesterday, and it's Venus.
Venus again.
So that's a surprise. I was surprised. Were you surprised, Katie?
I was surprised. I just feel so protective towards Alex. And the last time she played with Venus, obviously the first time they played, it was beautiful. It was like mother and daughter. It was really sweet and kind and lovely and nurturing match. And they won it. And then they went to the second match. And I don't know, I got a sense of, I felt very protective over Alex. I had a sense that something had gone wrong there. And I didn't feel like Venus was being kind to our Alex. Or maybe she was just in the zone so much that she didn't have that that rapport that they had when they sat down between ends. You know, they were really having lovely rapport on the first time, second time not so much. And so I don't know, the protective me says don't do it. If I'm really honest, I probably shouldn't even say that. But on the other hand, fabulous that they are playing, and Alex, I know her and her team will be making all the right decisions. So in a way, if she trusts Joanne Bosch, I trust Joanne Bosch too. I trust them both and that team. They will be making the right decision. So who am I to choose? I'm pleased for them that they're playing doubles.
Yes, and sometimes when you are under the spotlight, everyone wants a bit of your time. It's such a busy time in terms of every time Alex moves. Sometimes being on the tennis court is the safest, well, not safe in terms of that sense, but your time is your own. You're kind of free of all the sort of hordes and hordes of media that want your time, and obviously all the supporters that want your time. So it's a little bit of a different space. Safe is probably not the right word, but it's a sort of protected space, and she gets 2 hours just to do what she loves. And that's, I think, probably at the moment a nice proposition for her, especially when she goes to the venue just to practice. She can't actually get to the practice courts without obviously having to spend a lot of time with the attention she's now getting. So much as she's absolutely lovely about all the fans and all the support, and rightly so, of course there's a huge amount of time that comes with that, and we all have to be mindful if we're actually at the venues, and we have been at the tournaments a couple of times this year, that we don't take up too much of their time, because obviously they've got a job to do as well.
And talking of time, I'm off to volunteer to teach the elderly in our local community IT. So we better get on because I have to go.
Okay, so the doubles, interesting. A few players are playing doubles this week, primarily because singles players are playing doubles, primarily because they've had probably 4 weeks off, and so a bit more time on court is what they're after. So Coco Gauff's playing doubles this week, Andreeva, Sorana Caster, players who don't normally play doubles, certainly not at the bigger events, are playing. Linda Noskova's playing doubles, Snyder's playing, a few different pairs as well. Pegula's playing doubles. The list goes on, really. There's quite a few, as we now know Alex is, but there's quite a few different pairs. Siniakova's playing with Zhang. She normally plays with Mertens. Townsend, as I've said, isn't playing doubles. So Mertens is playing with Snyder. And so interesting if you follow doubles, but Alex and Venus have been slotted into a winnable match. They've not got a seed. They're playing a Japanese player called Miyu Kato and a much more recognized name in Samsonova, who is Russian, and she is well known. She's been inside the top 20 in the world, but her ranking has dropped down now because she lost a lot of points this summer, and she's trying to work her way back up in the rankings. But for me, that has to be a fairly rookie partnership. I've not actually looked up the Samsonova Kato doubles history this morning. So we've just got up and had breakfast. But that's, for me, my knowledge of those two, that's a winnable doubles match. Alex obviously will be trying her best. Venus Williams, you never know. At 46, you never know. We've been 46 quite recently, and you never know which side of the bed you get at, how the body's moving, etc. So we've seen Venus play really well, and we've seen her struggle. Her singles form is, as you would expect at that age. She's not won a match, but they did win a match together. So let's hope Venus is in good form and they could win that match. And then they would play the winners of the number 3 seeds, Arani and Melcher Martinez, which is again an unusual partnership because Arani would always play with Paolini. Or more likely, I suspect Kessler and Pegula could get through, and so that would be the next round, the second round of the doubles.
She would have something to prove. And let's just talk to the people listening about timings, because it seems to us that Joylip says, I'm 42 and I feel like I'm turning 50. That's so funny. So talking about timings, so it seems to us that obviously tonight is singles. For us tonight, so that's tomorrow morning for you. Tomorrow morning is singles, and that's Thursday morning. Friday morning sounds like it's doubles. Saturday morning sounds like it's
singles again.
Singles again. That'll be the Noskova if that's how it plays out, and then
we'll see. We'll see if they win their doubles. But yes,
but it's early mornings for you, or mid mornings for you, middle of the night for us this week, isn't it?
Yes, and what will tend to happen is that they won't play if the more serious the singles becomes, and the further you get down the singles tournament, then certainly some of these players, I'm not saying Alex would because she never has, but some of these singles players potentially pull out of the doubles if they're getting to the latter stages of the singles. So they don't mind playing 1 or 2 doubles matches, especially in the first week of these sort of extended tournaments which go on beyond 7 days. But it's not always the case that they'll finish the event. So we'll see. But yes, I don't mind Alex playing doubles, certainly with Venus, because Venus is not going. She's not going to help. She's not going to help Alex win the doubles title. She's not at an age where she's going to win play match after match at the same consistent level as Alex.
One more thing, we've been talking in the chat about a lot of the women and the men withdrawing through injury. So let's keep up our channel prayer. The Chalkdust prayer is always for injury-free tennis for all the women and the men, but we cover the women only, really, along with a win for Alex. So have we done here? Are we done?
Yes, I think we've just covered the latest news that we've woken up to.
And thank you so much for coming along. Thanks for being in the chat. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing and clicking all your hearts and all those lovely things that you do for us. We really do appreciate your support. And we will see you later when we go to Jolly Bees for chicken joy, chicken joy, and spaghetti. And we're going to take away mango pie.
Right, and it's
We'll
going to
have
be.
mango pie actually on the live stream tonight because we won't be able to eat it all.
Sounds like Katie, you've experienced these kind of foods before.
I know I haven't. They're telling us what to
Okay.
eat. We're just doing what they tell us to eat.
So
Right.
yes, it'll be a taste test tonight.
It'll be fun.